Columbus Public Schools. He also was a part of the team in 2008 that brought home gold for the United States at the Beijing Olympics.
And whatever you do, fundamentally and foundationally in your life, if you want to achieve things in life and be significant in life, it has to have a foundation of passion. Everybody say passion.
Passion.
That's the one thing that has to be the push, the thrust for you in whatever you want to achieve, whether it be in business, athletics, or the arts. You have to be consumed with it. You cannot just do it for the sake of doing it. You cannot begin to do it for the sake of money. But you have to wake up every single day saying, this is what drives me, and this is what I want to do. And there's a lot of parallels for me with athletics and also in business. For me in athletics, it was never necessarily about making a lot of money. It was about competition, and this is something that I absolutely love. I didn't have too many distractions. And so we live in a society where there's so many distractions and so many different options in life. And if you don't have passion that drives you, what you become is an opportunist. Not a passionate person, but an opportunist. And so for me, it was important that I found the fire in my heart and I followed it. I did not allow people to distract me. I didn't allow different opportunities to distract me, but I kind of followed what was in my gut and what was in my heart. Passion is the roots, or are the roots to a tree. It's foundation. What you want to be known in life, if you look at a tree from a distance, is the trunk of the tree. Passion does not necessarily produce fruit, but it's stability. It's foundational to what you want to achieve in life. The fruit is the startups. The fruits are the opportunities. The fruits are the products. But the root of whatever you want to achieve in life is absolutely passion.
So if you're not aiming at the same thing, going for the same thing, then why even be together, right? So a lot of partnerships are trying to, well, let's just be partners because you're doing this and no. We actually gotta come together with the same focus and the same target and the same end result. Everybody say end result. The end result have to be the same. If that end result is not the same, then you guys are just wasting time. And how many like to waste time? Nobody, right? And so with this in mind, with these three things in mind, 5 guys and 4 companies got together about, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, and we said, you know what? We want to bring transformation to Columbus, Ohio. And how can we do it? Everybody say together is better.
Together is better.
I was homeless when I was 17 years old. I did not want to be homeless again. I wanted to be able to take care of my family. And that thrust me and inspired me into entrepreneurism. This is the first question that you should be asking yourself. Am I a creator or am I an optimizer? A creator is someone that can come up with a kick-ass idea. An optimizer is someone who can take an idea, take a product or service, and be able to scale that, be able to grow that, be able to build that into a better product. Not everybody is a creator. And the first thing you have to ask yourself and be honest with yourself is, do I really have that great of an idea? Those are people behind that data that you're looking at. Those are people behind those cohort analysis and looking at Google Analytics. Those are actual people that have feelings. You need to understand consumer psychology. You need to understand user behavior. You need to understand these things to build great products and services. You have to have someone that's emotionally intelligent enough to do that and also be able to work well with others. And when you think about diversity, everyone thinks about gender or sexuality or race. But the best diversity is people who can think outside of the box and are diverse thinkers. And when you have those diverse perspectives, it allows for a lot more growth and a lot more creativity in your company. Who you are today at a startup is not good enough for tomorrow. You should always constantly want to be learning. And these are the types of people that you want on your team. The worst thing you can do when hiring for your startup is get someone that is looking for a job, a job. If you're looking for a job, I don't want you. I don't want you. Get the hell out of here. I want people that are passionate about what I'm doing, that's really trying to make real change and are emotionally invested in the product or service.
I think luck plays an enormous part in success. You need the talent and the skills, obviously, to do what you need to do well. But this is a big world with a lot of people, a lot of skilled people, a lot of talented people, a lot of people with deep resources. Luck plays a huge role. Being at the right time in the right place.
Well, one of the reasons that 80% of all entrepreneurs fail is TMC. Everybody know what TMC is? What is it? Too much capital. And I find firms that come to me and maybe say, well, we would have failed, but I was undercapitalized. No, they were overexpensed. What you really need is the understanding of what jobs people are hiring you to do as an entrepreneur. Products and services, everybody can do that. If you know what, it's just like if somebody walks into a hardware store and says, I want a 1/4-inch drill, that's not what they really want. What do they want? 1/4-inch hole, okay? So when you define the job that you're doing for potential customers, you will focus on your customers, not the angels or VCs or anybody else. The message is not how much you raise. Do not start a firm by quitting your day job and starting out. I can give you many examples of people do it. It's the focus on the jobs you're going to do for customers that will determine the most success.
My two things were do something other than work, have a passion, right? Be passionate about what you do, but have a passion outside that can fill your soul and that can get you relationships. And then speak your mind, speak your truth, and live your truth, because that's how you get to be where you want to be. There's a reason why we have our best ideas in the shower. It's because no one else is bugging you, right? So figure out a way to get quiet. Einstein used to say, I thought of that while riding my bicycle. Figure out what your bicycle is, get yourself quiet, because that's when the ideas come, all the spaces in between.
Like try to reverse engineer what you see happening to yourself to try to figure out your own best solution. And then listen to people around you and try to figure it out for yourself too. Like no one owes you anything. Like literally I'd send 350 cold emails a day when I was 14 to get 10 minutes on the phone with someone and then do free work for them and then talk to their kids because their parents thought I was cool. Just to try to get a meeting with them. Like find out all the shit that people like, reverse engineer it, and then get the meeting with them. Like it's not hard. People overcomplicate things and there's a lot of noise. Just actually do it. Jesus wasn't a prophet in his hometown. And I was like, whoa, you're right. Whether you're religious or not, the dude started arguably the biggest movement in the world, and the people closest to him in his hometown still didn't believe what he was saying. So I don't really worry about what other people say. I mean, I just try to stay true to myself, and I believe just trust your own morals and your gut, and just karma is a bitch, so just be nice to everyone here.
I actually don't believe that you should be working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I think you're not bringing your best self to work if you're doing that, and especially maybe a little different when you're your age. But as you continue to grow up and you have more responsibilities in the community or with your family, your friends, or if you have kids, if you're working 70 hours a week, you're missing out on other things. So I think that you can have ambitious career goals and still give back to the community and be a good member of your family, but that means you have to prioritize your time more carefully. I think women especially sometimes feel like they have to take care of everybody else first, and we forget to take care of ourselves. I see head nodding. Self-care is not selfish. It allows you to show up as your best self to work or to your job or to your family or whatever other things you're involved in. I think it's really important to design your day around your energy sources. So where are the times where you feel most high energy? And when you don't have great energy, what are those things that you can do? I would say also know who you should be taking advice from, because sometimes your family may want to give you advice, especially if you're just starting a business. They may think you're crazy. They may not actually know anything about the industry you're trying to break into, though, so they may not be the best person to listen to. So know whose advice you should be listening to and who you need to kind of keep at an arm's distance. Or if people aren't in it with you, they don't really have the opportunity to provide critical feedback that should rattle you.
If you're passionate about something, go on YouTube. Search videos content. Stuff like this is out there all the time. So if we couldn't meet someone face to face for a coffee, we were watching clips of them on YouTube. We were reading their blog posts on Medium. It's never been easier to get access to information and answers to your questions. So a lot of the time when we talk about entrepreneurship, you kind of get this image of someone running around 24/7, phone in hand, trying to multitask, getting everything checked off their to-do list. But the thing that doesn't get highlighted as much personally that I think is how many times you get told no or you suck in a day. It's unbelievable, it really is. You have to be a little bit insane to be an entrepreneur, but it's that relentless work ethic and motivation that is key, because only you as the founder or your founding team has to have that kind of innate vision for what this can be, even though no one else outside of your small group sees it. I can tell you that as a company, our most successful moments and periods, whether that's reflected by successfully launching new products or hitting quarterly financial goals, has been because everyone on that management team, and thus everyone on their teams, is rowing in the direction together. You don't need a great idea, go out and solve problems. You don't necessarily have to have incredible connections, right? Go out and just connect with people, grab coffees, find them. And the third is you don't need a ton of capital. You can get started for free and bootstrap and raise a little bit along the way. So entrepreneurship has been the most rewarding experience in my life. I wake up every day invigorated and more passionate about what we're doing today than the previous day. But I just wanted to be a little bit more blunt and honest about what are some of the challenges that we as entrepreneurs face as we're building our companies and startups.
You need to keep pushing the ball forward. You need to find out what you don't know. You can't hire those problems away. You can't raise those problems away with capital. You need to learn and be constantly pushing yourself for that. The second thing is action. Doing something, pulling those ideas out of your brain and making them happen, working through them.
A lot of people get stuck setting realistic goals, right? I'll make 80K this year, I'll make 100 the next year. It's not exciting enough to get you up and go after that every day. Like, how many of you are busy from 4:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. tomorrow? It's a few. Most of us have that time window, right? We can create that. And as I started talking to other successful people, I kept seeing this habit. I talked to Dave Patrick, CEO of Charles Schwab, and he invested in one of my startups. And I said the same thing, Dave, what is this? I'm a young guy, I want to succeed. What's the answer? He said, Xander, you just got to get used to sleeping less than other people. That's it. But I felt empowered by this knowledge that just through the simple integration of habit, I can fundamentally change me and my characteristics.